Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's get straight into today's story. Unemployment is rising in the UK and it hasn't taken long. New figures show joblessness ticking up just months into Labour being in charge, with Rachel Reeves now under pressure as the economy starts to wobble. This comes at a time when businesses are already nervous, investment is slowing and confidence is draining out the private sector. According to the latest data, unemployment has increased as firms fall back on hiring and costs continue to rise. This isn't happening in a vacuum. Businesses are reacting to signals coming straight from government. Higher taxes, more regulation and a clear message that profit is something to be apologised for rather than encouraged. Rachel Reeves has been keen to talk about stability and fiscal responsibility, but the reality on the ground looks very different. Employees don't hire when they feel uncertain, and right now uncertainty is everywhere. Labour's talk of tax raids, workers' reforms and net zero costs is making companies think twice before expanding or even holding on to staff. Now, this is the problem with Labour economics. It always sounds good in speeches, but it falls apart when it meets the real world. You can't tax and regulate your way to growth. You can't scare businesses and expect jobs to magically appear. And you definitely can't grow the economy by pushing the people who actually create employment. What's worrying me is how early this is happening. Labour hasn't even fully rolled out its economic agenda yet, and already unemployment is moving in the wrong direction. That should set alarm bells ringing. If this is the trend before the budget and before major policy changes, what happens after? Reeves and Starmer keep insisting they're pro-business, but actions speak louder than words. Employers have watched planned changes to employment law, fears over capital gains tax rises and constant talks of fairer contributions, which everyone knows means higher taxes somewhere down the line. The result is hesitation, hiring freezes and job losses. And let's be clear who suffers most when unemployment rises. It's not politicians, it's ordinary workers. It's young people trying to get their first job. It's families relying on steady income to pay mortgages and energy bills. When jobs disappear, communities suffer, and once that damage is done, it takes years to reverse. There's also a wider confidence issue. Britain needs investment. It needs companies to choose the UK over other countries. But when Labour sends signals that wealth creation is a problem and success will be punished, investors simply go elsewhere. That's how you end up with shrinking economy and fewer opportunities. Again, supporters of Labour will argue this is just a temporary blip, or that global conditions are to blame. But the truth is, markets react fast to political direction. When a government gives off the wrong signals, the response is immediate. Rising unemployment is one of the clearest warning signals that something isn't right. This should be a moment for Labour to rethink. Instead of ideological policies, Britain needs growth-focused decisions. That means backing businesses, keeping taxes competitive, cutting unnecessary regulation, and creating an environment where hiring people actually makes sense again. If Labour ignores these signs, unemployment will keep rising, wages will stagnate and living standards will fall. We've seen this story before and it will never end well. The question now is whether Reeves and Starmer will listen or whether they'll double down and blame everyone else when the numbers get worse. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want more honest political commentary and don't want to miss what's really happening behind the headlines, hit subscribe now and drop your thoughts in the comment. I want to hear what you think.